Come on, guys. ChaseWins.com. Wednesday, September the 23rd, 2020. We are rounding down baseball. Baseball is coming to a close at the end of this week. Playoffs are getting ready to start. We're going to get to see some home field action for some teams before everybody towards, once we, inch closer to, pennant clinching and World Series going to Texas, Houston, and Dallas being the World Series and pennant spots. So there's a lot of stuff still to play for. Even though there's not a ton of regular season baseball left, there's a lot on the line, a lot to play for. Most of the teams that were looking to clinch playoff spots have done so. Cubs still need to get one more win. The Dodgers clinched the West for the eighth straight year tonight against the Oakland A's, so congrats to them. Obviously, the White Sox, the Indians clinched tonight with a win over the White Sox. The White Sox are in, the Twins are in, but there are still teams battling for, certain spots for that home field. So you're going to see teams still go out there and try. So don't think that just because a team has clinched the postseason and they know they're going, that they don't still have something to play for. So keep that in mind. There is a special scouting report episode that is coming out on Wednesday that is we're not just going to talk about one game. We're going to talk about a handful. Still kind of a short video, but it's something that you really, really need to look into before placing your bets. If you handicap games yourself, if you're looking for someone to do the work for you in baseball, there is no better. Obviously, the messages have been flying in today. It looks like my obsessor, I still live rent-free in his head, but I guess that's nothing new. It's really sad. One thing that I'll give Vegas Dave, quite possibly the biggest scam artist in this entire, business. And the thing is, I don't come on here and talk shit about people. I don't call people out. I think anybody with a functioning brain would watch the guy and know that he's beyond full of shit. He doesn't know anything about sports, let alone can tell you the ins and outs of a certain sport. And, he claims that he's the king of baseball and all this stuff, and he won't respond to my emails, my DMs, or anything. So maybe you guys can get in touch with him. I have challenged Vegas Dave to a competition in baseball. Let's see who the real king is, and we can put money on it, do whatever you want to do, and I'll show him how to really do this sport. But one thing that he says that I'll give him credit for is that the people that hate on him, he loves the haters. Okay, fine. But he says the sad thing is that most of his haters are grown men. They're in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their parents. They have kids. Some of them probably have grandkids. And they spend their time on the internet talking shit about him, saying stuff about him, and just running their mouth. And it's sad that a grown person would do that. I'm going to hand him that. That is pretty sad. And I guess I know how you feel. I've got an obsessor who is a grown man that people spend their days worrying about me versus living their own life, doing their own thing. And it's fine. I live rent-free in their head. But, some people just never grew up, I guess. Let's get into a recap. One thing before we do. On Monday, we cashed another ticket in the NFL going over 48.5 on the Saints and Raiders game. Pretty easy win there. That puts us at 11-2-1 on the NFL season. So we ran a little promotion. Had a coupon code. That coupon code is NFL50. So NFL and then the number 50. The letters are all in caps. The first 10 people to use that coupon code at ChaseWins.com could get my football combo pass, which is the entire NFL season from now through the Super Bowl, and my entire college football season from now until it's over, for $500 for everything. $500 for both of them. You have to use that coupon code. You have to be one of the first 10 people to do it. So we have a couple of spots left. Go to chasewins.com, click on the football combo pass. When you go to that, enter the coupon code. If it lets you use it, you're in. If it doesn't, it'll tell you right then, and you don't have to purchase if you don't want to, and you'll know that all of them have been used up. But NFL 50 in all caps will get you the combo pass for $500 for both of them. Those passes this year are $1,000 a piece, so save a ton of money there. Cashed our game in the Stanley Cup Finals yesterday with Tampa Bay. There's another game coming up on Wednesday that we're looking into. Very rare losing day in Major League Baseball on Monday, but we bounced back on Tuesday with a nice 4-2 day. Game 2, Phillies, Nationals, and I'm going to put this out there. Even though the Phillies are more than likely going to clinch a spot in the postseason, it'll be very short-lived. They don't deserve it. They are the most pathetic team that I may have watched in a long time. Now, we can talk about the Orioles of the past few years. We can talk about the Detroit Tigers because they're actually the worst team. We can talk about the Marlins over the past few years. Not really this year because they played well. The Orioles have played well also. But the fact that the Phillies have as much talent as they do and they play as poorly as they do. I actually watched game 1 of that doubleheader on Tuesday, and it was the most pathetic display of fundamental baseball that I've ever seen. Bryce Harper doesn't know where the ball's going to roll to, so he's giving up extra bases. Didi Gregorius in multiple games has given up 3 fielding errors by himself in 3 innings. 7 innings by Didi in 4 games, and that's just been over the past week. Didi Gregorius, their number 1 and 2 pitcher, both got smoked by the Washington Nationals. Really? I mean, a lineup that couldn't get out of its own way all year, that's who you're getting smoked by. And then going up against Austin Voth today, who has an ERA north of 8 all year, is giving up home run after home run after home run, cannot prevent people from getting on base, just shells the Phillies inning after inning after inning after inning. If it wasn't for one solo home run, he'd have shut them out in game 1. The Phillies, they're probably going to find themselves into a wild card spot. They don't deserve it because they are pathetic. But anyway, on the Phillies, our first play of the day was in game 2. It was the over. That game opened up at 7 runs. It got up to 8 pretty quick, but whatever you got it at, we took over. That was an easy win. Our one game of the day that was a little chalky was the Yankees on the run line, but the write-up explained why I was taking it, why I was comfortable laying the juice, so on and so forth. It was a blowout by the Yankees. We did drop the Cubs today. I was thinking that the Cubs were going to be able to, with Brault going up for Pittsburgh, I really thought the Cubs would be able to, take this one and go ahead and clinch their title in the NL Central. They didn't do it. They ended up, Anthony Rizzo belted a nice 2-run homer to tie it up, but then they ended up losing in the bottom of the ninth, 3-2. So we dropped that in the over there. But then we won on the Braves and the Marlins over. Nice easy win there. And then on the Houston Astros on the run line. So a 4-2 day overall. That's the only sport we played. Another good day, another winning day. If you want to jump on the MLB postseason, you're welcome to. It's $199 at chasewins.com. That gives you every premium and daily top play from wild card through the World Series. And it's on the site now. If you're looking for something where you can get all sports, short term, you can do $50 for 3 days, $99 for 7 days. Longer term stuff is on there as well. So going into Wednesday, there's NBA action, there's NHL action, and of course Major League Baseball. Looking at having a pretty decent Major League Baseball day, and we'll just see what comes. I'm looking heavy into the NHL game as well as the Celtics Heat game. So, but for the free play, I'm going to go with the Twins. The Twins got beat in extra innings, or they didn't get beat, They didn't cover their run line, which was surprising being that they were, who they were playing. But one thing good about it is a lot of people are looking at, okay, Twins have been locked into the playoffs for a while. Twins are probably the best team in the AL Central. But you look at it one of two ways. If I really want to look at everything from management to pitching to bullpens to offense, everything, I'm actually going to give the edge to the Indians and say that on paper, they're the best team in the American League Central. Twins, not far behind. White Sox are eating up everybody's ass, as I told you they would be. Nobody wants to face the White Sox in the postseason. They're a team that on any given day could beat and hang with anybody in baseball. The Yankees don't want to play them. The Twins don't want to have to play them. The Indians don't want to have to play them, which that's what it's looking like it could be right now. So with the Indians beating the White Sox and clinching their spot to the postseason on Tuesday, and the Twins beating Detroit, even though it was by 1 run in extra innings, they went from a game and a half back to the White Sox to only a half game back. Well, Shane Bieber is going to pitch. Right now they should just hand him the American League Cy Young. I mean, there's nobody out there that has remotely come close to his numbers. I cannot imagine that the Indians, even though they've clinched, even though there's not much more in the short amount of time that we have, that they could make their playoff presence going into that first series much better. They've pretty much solidified what they have going into it. On the other hand, fighting for that home field, wanting to topple the White Sox, is the Minnesota Twins. It would be different if the Indians were going to throw a bullpen game or even use a prospect who they were hoping to take a latter position in their rotation for the postseason. Be a completely different story because the White Sox are going to fight hard. But damn, is it not going to be hard to go up against the best pitcher in the American League right now? I mean, unanimous Cy Young in my opinion. Shane Bieber, the White Sox are going to have a hard time with him. And on the other side of things, the Indians aren't going to have a walk in the park. You got Lucas Giolito, somebody that I've been talking about since he was in the minor leagues, and they opted for him to go ahead and have Tommy John surgery. Great decision on that franchise's part. It's going to be a great game. In my opinion, just for the matchup standpoint, I think that's the best game from a spectator standpoint going into Wednesday. Bieber versus Lucas, White Sox versus the Indians. Both teams have, the White Sox really have something to play for to hold that spot. But I guarantee you that when the Twins walked off the field after that extra inning win against the Tigers on Tuesday night, they went and saw the score, realized the White Sox got beat, realized that now they're only a half game back, and that if Shane Bieber, as he should, takes care of business against the White Sox on Wednesday, and that they can take care of business against Detroit on Wednesday, that now they leapfrog by a half point or a half game over the White Sox. And then we carry it Thursday through the weekend to see who holds that spot, which I think the Twins will be able to. Let me tell you something. If there's any true home field advantage going into this postseason, because there are no fans, there's nothing like that. You're playing in a series, not one game. Nobody wants to go to Minnesota. Nobody. Just like, this time of year, you don't really want to go to Chicago. You don't really want to go to the Bronx. You don't really want to play anywhere cold, like Cleveland. It didn't look very warm there today. Nobody wants to go into a cold-weathered city as the temperature starts to drop. But the difference is it's not going to be snowing in the Bronx. It's not going to be down there freezing temperatures. But in Minnesota, we could most certainly see some frigid temperatures as, even in late September, early October. So people do not want to go face the Twins outdoors in Minnesota in that first round. The Twins want that home field. They want it. Putting Kenta Maeda in against Casey Mize is the perfect recipe. If you look at the entire pitching rotation and what that organization has in Minnesota, even though he started off a little rough, after his first good couple of starts, then he really kind of fell off there for a couple of starts. He's brought himself back. He has the best overall numbers of any pitcher that Minnesota has. Casey Mize, who I've told you, he will be the future of Detroit's pitching, saying that he stays there. He looks like a young Justin Verlander. He throws some filthy stuff. Problem is, he doesn't have a lot of command. He's still working on his velocity. He's young. This is his first year. He made his debut here, and he is young as he can be. Getting tossed into a 60-game season, the likes of what we have here, and this is your debut, wasn't a good recipe for success. Not to mention you have a complete shithole of a team backing you up. So the fact that you have to play a hungry Twins team with, for all intents and purposes, I'd say that's their ace. right now at least. So you're going to face a top Minnesota pitcher, a hungry Minnesota lineup that's hitting the ball very well with the best hitter in the game right now, in my opinion, which is Nelson Cruz. A team that knows that they can bag a win and leapfrog another division foe on Wednesday night, who, you know, in Ohio has to play against the best pitcher in the American League. They want this thing. And I think Casey Mize is walking into a buzzsaw here because, as you saw, Minnesota, they didn't really let their foot off the gas, but they weren't playing with a ton of urgency on Tuesday night. They still won the game, but they had to win it in extras. They don't want to do that on Wednesday. With Maeda going in, I think that they can go in, come in hot, heavy, and early, get some separation. Casey's going to start to fall apart a little bit. That temperature is going to drop and get to him a little bit. You're going to start running through some bullpen arms that aren't worth shit. And I think that it should be a comfortable Twins win. I really do. So if you want some information on some more games that you need to look at, you need to check out the episode of the Scouting Report coming out on Wednesday. But your official free play for Wednesday, I love the game, is the Minnesota Twins on the run line. You're going to lay $1.35 right now at William Hill to get that. Same price at Bovada. 5 dimes I haven't checked because, 5 dimes for American clients is going away soon. Haven't checked anything else, but, what we use, William Hill, is $1.35, and I also checked Bovada. They're the same thing. So Twins run line minus $1.35. That is your free play for Wednesday. Make sure that you try to get on the football combo pass for $500. Coupon code NFL50, or go get on the MLB playoff pass for $199. Or if you want something short term to carry you through the weekend for another great weekend of football, jump on something now, and we'll go finish out another great week. Congrats to another winning day to everybody. I love you all. To all of my haters, salute, and I will see you all back for Thursday. Thanks, guys.